Welcome back to our channel, World Coins History. As you knew that old is gold, but these rare Kennedy half-dollar coins that are most valuable than you think, don't spend one of them, so please watch complete video and find your treasure. Let's start this. Top 1. Today, we're diving deep into the 1776 to 1976 Kennedy half-dollar coin. And trust me, you do not want to miss a second of this, because what I'm about to reveal will change the way you look at this commemorative masterpiece. If you're a collector, a coin hunter, or just someone who wants to learn something exciting, you're in the right place, so listen closely and stay with us till the end. This coin is not your average pocket change. It's a tribute to the 200th birthday of the United States of America, and it screams patriotism from every angle. The reverse side doesn't have the usual presidential seal like other Kennedy half-dollars, no. Instead, it features a stunning image of Independence Hall in Philadelphia with the words, 200 Years of Freedom, proudly inscribed. That alone makes it a standout in any collection, and the thrill of finding one with unique errors or special strikes is enough to get any coin collector's heart racing. Now let me tell you something that only real collectors know. This coin comes in two major types: the copper nickel clad and the 40% silver version, which was specially made for collectors and sold in special sets. If you're lucky enough to find the silver version or a rare error, you could be holding something far more valuable than just 50 cents. That's why you need to listen carefully, because I'm about to walk you through everything that makes this coin so rare and so worth your attention. One of the most thrilling things about the 1776 to 1976 Kennedy half-dollar is the range of mint errors that have turned ordinary coins into extraordinary treasures. We're talking about double die obverse, where the face of President John F. Kennedy appears doubled, especially around the words, Liberty, and, In God We Trust, or even on his profile. These errors were caused during the minting process when the die struck the coin more than once slightly off angle, creating a shadow-like effect that collectors love. Some coins have been discovered with off-center strikes where part of the design is missing or shifted to one side, giving the coin a strange and eye-catching appearance. These are hard to find and always in high demand because every single one is unique. Then there are the struck-through errors, where foreign material got in between the die and the planchet during minting, leaving an imprint that wasn't supposed to be there. These mistakes create odd textures or shapes on the coin surface, making them even more collectible. If you're a coin collector, here's a big tip. Always look closely at the Independence Hall on the reverse side, especially near the windows and rooftops. Some coins show signs of weak strikes where details are missing or blurry, and in rare cases even doubling. These flaws increase value because they show something went wrong during minting, and that's what collectors chase. And don't forget about the mint marks. Coins from the San Francisco Mint marked with an S can be proof or silver versions, and these are more sought after, especially if they're still sealed in their original mint packaging. Some proof versions have deep cameo contrast between the frosted design and shiny background, and these coins are favorites among high-end collectors. People have found these coins in pocket change in old collections and even at garage sales, and little did they know they had something valuable in their hands. Some of these half-dollars have sold in cities like Denver and Miami for as much as $70 to $120, depending on condition and error type. Auction houses in Chicago and New York have also featured high-grade examples that caught big attention. So if you're wondering how to tell if your Kennedy half-dollar from 1976 is special, start with a magnifying glass and look for anything unusual in the lettering, the face, the building, or the rim. And if your coin still has that shiny luster and barely any scratches, it might even be mint state, and getting it professionally graded could unlock its true value. Collectors love this coin because it's more than just money. It's a celebration of America's freedom, it's a tribute to a beloved president, and it's a piece of numismatic art that keeps surprising people with its rare and valuable variants. This coin has become a legend in the collector world, and the demand for clean, well-preserved and error versions is only rising year after year. Remember, always check your change rolls and even those old jars at your grandparents' house, because these coins were widely released and many of them are still out there hiding, waiting for someone like you to uncover their true worth. Your next big find could be sitting right under your nose, and you won't even know until you take a closer look. Now here's the part everyone waits for: the price. A standard 1776 to 1976 Kennedy half-dollar has an original face value of 50 cents only, but when you find a rare error or a silver version in pristine condition, it could sell for as much as $75 or even more in coin shops and auctions across America. thanks for watching and sharing this journey into one of the most iconic and meaningful coins in United States history. If you love rare coins, exciting stories and the thrill of discovering hidden treasures, then don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel because we're just getting started. Top 2, we're talking about a coin that's not just metal but memory, history and potential treasure all in one. Yes, we're diving into the incredible world of the 1972 Kennedy half-dollar, and trust me, this one is far more than just a 50-cent coin. It's a collector's dream, and you're about to understand why this piece of American history is turning heads and catching eyes in the coin collecting world. So don't blink, because what I'm about to share could make you rush to check your old coin jars and collections. The 1972 Kennedy half-dollar might look like an everyday coin to the untrained eye, but there's a story behind it, a charm in its details and a serious thrill in its rarity when certain errors are involved. This coin was minted at a time when the United States was transitioning its coin designs and compositions, and some of the results led to surprises that still shock collectors today. With 3 different mints involved, Philadelphia, Denver and San Francisco, this coin had variations that would later become gems in the eyes of those who understand how coinage can hold value beyond numbers. Collectors adore this coin because of its bold profile of John F. Kennedy on the obverse side and that iconic heraldic eagle on the reverse, standing strong with the stars and stripes circling it like a shield of pride. But while the design itself is enough to make any collector smile, it's the hidden gems, the minting errors and rare strikes that make this coin worth hunting for. Some of the most valuable versions of the 1972 Kennedy half-dollar are those with double die errors, especially on the obverse side, where Kennedy's profile and inscriptions like, "In God We Trust," or "Liberty," may show slight doubling that's visible even without a microscope if the light hits just right. That kind of error doesn't just look cool, it adds serious value and demand, especially in the auction world where coin hunters go wild for uniqueness. Then there are the off-center strikes, where part of the coin's design is pushed out of place, making the eagle or even Kennedy's face look oddly stretched or cut. These aren't flaws, they're treasures, because they prove something unusual happened in the minting room, and every one of these coins tells its own story of how it dodged the regular quality checks and ended up becoming a prized possession. Another wild feature that gets collectors hyped is the presence of planchet errors, where a coin was struck on a thin or cracked piece of metal, causing odd textures, color changes or warped details that just don't match normal coins. Some 1972 Kennedy half-dollars even show signs of missing clad layers, revealing the inner copper core, and these stripped versions are extremely hard to find, making them hot property for serious collectors. If you're serious about coins, here's a golden tip. Always look at the date under Kennedy's neck and check for strong details. If you see doubling or any blurring of the numbers, you might be holding a valuable error. Also keep an eye on the FG initials on the reverse side beneath the eagle's tail. If those are missing or barely visible, you've got something special, because certain dies lost that detail over time, leading to rare missing initials errors. Don't ignore mint marks either, because coins minted in San Francisco with an S can sometimes be proof coins made with extra shine and sharp details, especially if you find them in brilliant uncirculated condition from old proof sets. These were sold directly to collectors, and some people ended up spending them by mistake without knowing their value. You could still find one in change or in old family coin boxes. This coin has sold in auctions from Los Angeles to New York, with prices climbing in coin shows when collectors stumble upon mint state examples or rare error pieces. Some MS-67 grade coins have caught attention for their flawless luster and sharp strike, and have been snapped up in auctions in Chicago and Philadelphia, with offers going wild on the spot. Collectors are always on the lookout for this coin because it represents more than currency, it represents a powerful moment in American history and a transition in coin production. It's affordable enough to be approachable, yet mysterious enough to spark curiosity, which is the perfect combination for those who love the thrill of collecting and the pride of owning something that tells a bigger story. So remember this when you're checking your coins: the 1972 Kennedy half-dollar is not just an old piece of change, it could be a small vault of value, a piece of artistic metal that holds the potential to surprise you with its secrets and minting mysteries. This coin has proven again and again that its demand never fades, and that the passion of collectors keeps it alive in every market and coin show across the country. And now for what everyone wants to know: the original face value of this coin is 50 cents only, but when you find one with rare doubling, off-center strikes or planchet errors, it can sell for as much as $95 in auctions and even higher in private sales, especially in coin shops in cities like Dallas, Las Vegas and Boston. So keep your eyes sharp and your curiosity alive, because the next time you hold a 1972 Kennedy half-dollar, you just might be holding a piece of history that's waiting to shine in your collection. Top 3. We're diving deep into a coin that many people overlook but collectors everywhere are secretly chasing like treasure hunters. Yes, we're talking about the United States Kennedy half-dollar from the year 1992, and trust me, this isn't just another coin, this is a key piece of American numismatic history that could be sitting quietly in your drawer right now. The 1992 Kennedy half-dollar holds more value than most realize, especially when it comes with certain rare features or stunning condition that sets it apart from the rest. It was minted in multiple forms, including the regular circulation strike and the brilliant proof versions from San Francisco, which are loved by collectors for their sharp detail and mirror-like surfaces that glow under the light like a gem from the vault of time. What makes this coin truly exciting are the rare era versions that sneak past the mint's eyes and land directly in the hands of lucky collectors. Some 1992 Kennedy half-dollars were struck on the wrong planchets, which means they were minted on metal pieces intended for other coins like quarters or foreign coins, resulting in wild weight differences and bizarre appearances that collectors can't get enough of. Then you've got the double die errors, where the text like "Liberty" or "In God We Trust" appears slightly doubled, giving the coin a ghostly look that immediately raises its value in the market. These aren't everyday finds, and that's what makes the hunt so thrilling. Every collector wants that one oddball that slipped through unnoticed by the mint but now stands as a golden ticket in the world of rare currency. Another thing that drives collectors crazy are the 1992 Kennedy half-dollars with weak or missing mint marks, especially on proofs that were struck in San Francisco. If that little S is faded or missing altogether, you might be holding one of the minting world's most mysterious mistakes, and that means one thing only: more value and more demand. For collectors who truly know their game, the 1992 silver-proof Kennedy half-dollar is a must-watch piece. It's part of the special silver-proof set released for collectors, and it contains 90% silver with a brilliant finish that almost feels royal in your hands. If you come across one of these in perfect condition, especially graded at PR 70 deep cameo, you're holding a shining star that stands out in every auction across the country. Now here's a tip for every coin hunter out there. Always weigh your 1992 Kennedy half-dollar. If it feels lighter than usual or heavier, it could be struck on the wrong planchet, and that opens the door to serious money, especially when verified by a grading company like PCGS or NGC. Also check the edges and fields of the coin. If you notice strange lines or missing details, it might be an error, and that makes it a treasure worth protecting. This coin isn't just found in a vault, it's found in real stories. Collectors in Miami recently uncovered a rare 1992 Kennedy half-dollar struck on a planchet meant for a commemorative coin, and it sold in an auction right there for an amount that surprised everyone in the room. Stories like that inspire people to check their change, to look closer at what they've always ignored, because sometimes history hides in the smallest places. What makes the Kennedy half-dollar from 1992 so magical is that it's still accessible yet filled with surprise potential. It's not a coin you need to travel the world to find, you might already have one waiting to be rediscovered. And when you realize that a small error or a proof version in top condition can transform this coin from a casual piece to a collector's centerpiece, it becomes clear why this coin is in such high demand. Collectors everywhere from Chicago to Phoenix, and even in coin shows in smaller towns, are talking about this coin because of how it bridges modern and historical value with that iconic profile of President Kennedy looking strong and proud on one side and the patriotic eagle soaring with its stars on the other side. It's a coin that represents power, pride, and potential. Now here's the part you've all been waiting for. The original value of this coin is just 50 cents, but when rare errors appear or when the silver-proof version is found in flawless condition, these coins have sold in auctions from New York to Las Vegas for as high as $125, and in some private deals even more, depending on demand and rarity at the time. So what are you waiting for? Top 4. We're talking about the 1988 Kennedy half-dollar coin, a piece of American history that might be lying unnoticed in your collection right now, but with the right features it could be something truly special. This coin isn't just a half-dollar, it's a living tribute to President John F. Kennedy and a snapshot of late 20th century U.S. minting. The 1988 Kennedy half-dollar was struck in massive quantities at the Philadelphia and Denver mints, and for collectors that makes it an exciting field of hunt, because when so many coins are made, the chances of mint errors also rise, and that's where things start to get interesting. imagine finding a 1988 Kennedy half-dollar where the mint mark is completely missing or strangely doubled. Those kinds of minting mistakes are real and have already popped up in collectors' hands in places like Houston and Sacramento, and every time they appear they make headlines in auction rooms and Facebook coin groups alike. A missing mint mark or a rare double die on the obverse makes collectors lean in with excitement and bid higher every time. Some versions of this coin have shown doubling on the words, "Liberty," or even, "In God We Trust," giving them a ghost-like visual effect that's completely unintentional but super valuable. And you won't believe how much attention even small off-center strikes get. A coin just 5% off-center becomes a conversation piece, and when it's 10% or more it turns into a true collector's treasure. The metal composition also plays a role in the appeal of this coin. Though the regular circulation strikes were made of copper and nickel, some clever collectors search for off-metal strikes, meaning it was accidentally struck on the wrong planchet like a quarter blank or foreign metal, and those coins often slip into circulation only to be discovered years later by lucky hands with sharp eyes and a passion for the hunt. The proof versions of the 1988 Kennedy half-dollar were minted in San Francisco, and they look absolutely stunning under light with that deep mirror finish and frosted design features. If you're holding a proof in pristine condition, especially graded PR69 or PR70 by NGC or PCGS, then you're definitely holding something worth showing off and potentially something with a surprising market value. Here's a collector's tip that could make all the difference. Always examine your coin under a magnifying glass and don't just focus on the head side, pay close attention to the eagle on the reverse too. Sometimes the fine lines in the shield or feathers reveal unusual errors like die clashes or missing details, which can instantly elevate the value of your coin in collectors' eyes. A sharp, well-struck reverse with full details on the claws and tail feathers is a great sign of strong minting and better potential value. Another trick many experienced coin hunters use is weighing the coin carefully, because even a slight difference in weight can mean an error coin that was struck on an incorrect planchet or one that's missing part of its outer layer. This has happened before with Kennedy half-dollars, and those flawed coins have fetched impressive prices at local auctions, especially when authenticated and certified by professionals. Collectors from cities like Atlanta to Seattle are now paying more attention to late 80s Kennedy half-dollars because so many unique errors are surfacing and the coin community is buzzing about them. Social media groups are lighting up with photos of strange finds, and coin shows are starting to spotlight these coins more and more. So if you're a serious collector or even just starting out, don't overlook the 1988 Kennedy half-dollar, because it's becoming one of the dark horse favorites in the hobby. Now let's talk original value. The 1988 Kennedy half-dollar was and still is a 50-cent coin, but when it comes with rare features like a missing mint mark or a strong double die, or if it's a proof coin in flawless condition, its value can shoot up fast. In recent auctions and local coin markets in cities like Dallas and Chicago, examples have sold for as high as $75 and even higher when rare errors were confirmed and graded by top companies. So take another look at your coin collection. Search your drawers, your old albums, or even your family's piggy bank, because the next big discovery could be right in your hands. Top 5, and last rare coin. We're diving into a coin that collectors absolutely love and that just might be sitting in your stash right now without you even realizing its hidden power. We're talking about the stunning and incredibly fascinating 1981 Kennedy half-dollar. This is not just a coin, it's a time machine wrapped in metal, and there's more to it than meets the eye, so don't miss a single detail, because this might just be the moment you find your next treasure. Every coin has a story, but the 1981 Kennedy half-dollar tells one that's packed with mystery, beauty, and the kind of rarity that collectors dream about. Minted during a time when half-dollar coins were fading from everyday use, this coin holds a unique space in history, and when you factor in the errors, the varieties, and the proof editions, it quickly becomes clear why this coin is in high demand across the United States. What makes this coin truly stand out is the existence of the 1981 proof version struck in San Francisco. These aren't just regular coins, they're masterpieces with mirror-like surfaces and razor-sharp details that make them shine like polished silver under a spotlight. And here's where things get even more thrilling. Some of these proofs were struck using what collectors call the Type 2 reverse, where the lettering is thinner and more delicate than usual, making it extremely rare and heavily sought after at auctions and private sales across the country. And then there are the amazing errors that sneak through the mint's tight quality checks, turning an ordinary half-dollar into an extraordinary piece of history. Some 1981 Kennedy half-dollars have been found with off-center strikes, planchet flaws, or even double die errors where the design appears doubled, giving the coin a ghost-like reflection that makes it immediately stand out to any serious collector. These kinds of errors are not just interesting, they're valuable and highly collectible. You might be wondering why this coin is so talked about by collectors from California to Florida, and it's simple. It's the mix of historic value, rare varieties, and the thrill of possibly discovering something that others missed that makes the 1981 Kennedy half-dollar such a hot item right now. Whether you're digging through old family coin folders or scanning local coin shows, this coin should always be on your radar. Now, if you're a collector or just starting your coin journey, here's something you need to know. Always check for the mint mark on your 1981 Kennedy half-dollar. It'll either be AP for Philadelphia, D for Denver, or S for the San Francisco proof version. But the real key is this: if your coin is a proof, look closely at the back. That thin lettering on the Type 2 reverse can make all the difference. It's a small detail that holds big value. Also, grab a magnifying glass and inspect every detail of your coin, especially the words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust" on the front. If you see any doubling, that's a major clue you found something rare. And don't forget to weigh your coin using a digital scale. Any noticeable weight difference could mean your coin was struck on the wrong metal planchet, which happens more often than people think and adds serious collector value. The beauty of the 1981 Kennedy half-dollar is that it doesn't just appeal to seasoned experts, it excites new collectors too. It has that classic profile of John F. Kennedy, bold and timeless, the reverse eagle that's rich with symbolism and a finish that still holds strong even after decades in circulation. It's no surprise that collectors in places like New York and Houston have paid top dollar for pristine versions of this coin, especially when errors or rare reverses are involved. And let's talk about real examples. A rare Type 2 proof 1981 Kennedy half-dollar recently sold at a private auction in California for over $125 because of its perfect mirror finish and the distinct reverse that only a trained eye can catch. Another example from Chicago showed a double die error that earned a strong four-figure price after being professionally graded and sealed. These aren't just numbers, they're proof that this coin holds serious weight in the world of rare U.S. coins. This isn't just about money, it's about the hunt, the history, and the thrill of discovery. Every collector knows that one rare coin can change everything, and the 1981 Kennedy half-dollar might just be yours. Whether it's in your collection or hiding in a roll of half-dollars from the bank, it's time to take a closer look and see what treasures you might already have. And for those wondering about the original value, let me tell you, it started as just 50 cents. But as you've heard in real sales and auctions across the country, this humble coin has turned into a highly desirable collectible that continues to grow in value and collector demand every single year. So don't wait another moment. Go check your coins, dig through your drawers, and search your family's old boxes, because the 1981 Kennedy half-dollar might just be waiting to reward you with a story and value you'll never forget. If you found this video helpful and exciting, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you don't miss more incredible coin stories just like this. Every coin has a secret, and you might be the one to reveal it next.